Hello to you and welcome to Adelante Chicago. I'm Lourdes Duarte. Thank you so much for joining us today. So the world of banking is an industry that has a lot of growth, and now there's a new program in place to help you be a part of it. And so joining us now to talk to us a little bit about it is ewilder. Thank you very much for coming in. And you are with the Association House of Chicago, correct?
Yes, thank you first of all so much for having us. The Association House has been around for about 116 years. We're a community organization that helps all types of different initiatives. We have health, we do lots of things that deal with workforce development, economic development, and today we're here to talk a little bit about that. Coming up, we have healthcare initiatives that deal with HIV awareness, and we're really excited to promote that. And our behavioral health section is really the biggest of the agency. So we've been around so long, we're really trying to reach out to the community more.
And so part of your focus right now is to try to reach out to the Latino community, specifically to get into the world of banking or to learn about banking? I guess what's the exact focus?
The career to pathways in banking careers is what we want to really focus on. And the National Council of La Raza has funded us to go out and train Latino millennials. They've studied and found that many millennials between 18 and 35 don't have great careers, are underbanked, don't have bank accounts. So they're trying to solve all that in sort of one push. And this effort is to sort of sprinkle different monies around to different cities, us being one of them, to get the community and specifically that target niche back to work and into the field of banking.
And so you mentioned a couple of things. One, the careers, and the second aspect of this is the fact that many Latinos just do not use banks for their regular everyday things. So they will not have a bank account, they don't have a checkbook, they don't use a debit card, right?
Yeah.
Why is that a problem?
It's a problem because, first of all, they should realize that they are valuable. In our training course, and we'll get into that in a minute, we want to show the value of that niche, that group. And when you're not banking, when you're not having an account, you really lose out on what the industry offers. Banking is a part of our world. It's a part of our lives. And I think a lot of times people overlook it and say, oh, I'll just get money somehow, or my bank account will grow when I'm 40 or 50. And we have to plan actively for that. So it's a problem because if you don't know you're kind of losing the race and you don't know you're even in a race, it becomes problematic. So.
Okay. When it comes to the career side of this, I look at banking, and when I go to the bank, I've noticed that there are fewer tellers out there. I do everything through my ATM machine. So can we really say that banking is a growing industry, that Latinos should be looking into getting into that industry?
Absolutely. Since, again, I use the word niche a lot, but it's imperative because the bilingual aspect is huge. Since many banks are trying to reach abuelita and they're trying to reach all types of people in the market, they need those students or candidates who can do that. So while tellers, I don't think the jobs are obsolete, but while there are many computerized and a lot of technological advances.
It's not what it used to be, right?
It's not what it used to be. There is still a need for those people who can speak to both languages. And that's one thing we try to get across. If you are bilingual, nowadays that can be just as serviceable as a degree, right? Because there are many opportunities to use that talent. It's a big deal.
So it's not just the teller world, right?
Exactly.
And I was a teller when I was in college for a few months. So there are other things that you can do where it could be loans, helping with small businesses. There are lots of other things.
Absolutely. With banking, there comes personal bankers. There are many ways to sort of move up. One cool thing about banking that I really want your viewers to pay attention to is that with a high school degree, you can almost ascend to any position just under the branch manager. And many industries don't have that type of flexibility. You need a degree to be a teacher. You need a doctorate to be a professor. But to work in banking, to be loans officer, right? To be an assistant branch manager, you don't necessarily need that.
Okay. What does the training entail? How does it work? Is it something that you can do rather quickly, or do you have to put a few months into it?
Training is the fun part. It's intense. We cover a lot. We cover a lot of stuff. It's a 2-week training, Monday through Friday, 9 to 3. In that training, you're going to get lots of industry-related skills that you need. We go over cash handling, of course. We talk about customer service and sales, all vital parts of being a teller. But to enrich the program, we invite Secret Service in. They come every cohort to talk to our students about finding counterfeit money. We have banks come in and branch managers to sort of give tips on what to say during an interview. And we teach interviewing as an art. We like our students to be prepared. It's very tough, Lourdes, to get people from kind of in the house to being interview ready. We do resumes, and we sort of crescendo with this ending event where banks come in to recruit our people on the spot, and there are guaranteed on-site interviews. So that's really exciting.
Do you have a percentage as to how many of them get jobs from that event?
100% get jobs if they listen
Wow.
to Mr. Wilder.
Okay.
They do it, I'm telling them. A lot get jobs, but Lord, it does depend on that person's own resolve. We've had young folks, 19 years old, whose only thing on their resume is homework, but they had a certain moxie, right? They had a certain presence, and they sounded good in the interview. They spoke well, they showed a desire to be in the banking world, and they get hired. We had other people who had great skills, great abilities, but they might not talk about them as well. And so when the recruiter's in front of you, they shrink in the moment. And once you shrink, it's hard to get placed. So we do our best to make sure no one shrinks. I tell my students, you can be nervous, but you do that at home. Be nervous at home. When the interview time comes, we need to turn it up a notch.
You got to be sharp. All right, Emmanuel Wilder, thank you so much with the Association House of Chicago. Good luck to you. Sounds like a great program. There it is. Info on your screen, 773-772-7170, extension 3501, associationhouse.org, and you can email him as well.